Hello, I'm Bob Westerfield, President and owner of Side Effects Incorporated, and wanted to first apologize for not being there with you today. I am quite likely flying over perhaps this building at this time. I'll be returning from 2 weeks in Swaziland, Africa. I'm going to share just a little bit of why I am or was in Swaziland, Africa, because I think it says a little bit of something about Bob Westerfield and his wife Jen Westerfield, the Westerfield family, and also about side effects. I had a discussion with a young lady in our office, happens to be our sales manager, and she had handed me a book. And once I read the book, I became very, very moved about the challenges that people face in third world countries. And in particular, the water challenge. Well, when this began, I told my wife and others that I was all in. So what I did is I visited two different high schools. One of them here locally on the other side of I-75, Franklin High School, and the other one on this side of I-75, Springboro High School, here in Southern Ohio. And what I did was we got these two schools together in order to raise money to bring clean water wells to the people in Swaziland, Africa. What we did is we first had a football game. We ended up making it a monstrous event between those two schools. It was hosted because it was a home game at Springboro. But what we did is we organized giving out water for donations. We secured fireworks. We secured something called Penny Wars. That was our first of three events. The second event we did was around a basketball game. The basketball game was at Franklin High School. And we organized an event where people could buy sheets of paper that they then would be able to fold into paper airplanes. And we had an event that raised quite a bit of money on that event. In addition to that, we had a third event and final event. This was a 5K. Well, it was absolutely terrific. One of the reasons it was terrific is I was able to go to business owners in Springboro, and they were amazingly generous with all of it. In fact, we raised so much more money just by the sponsorships than we did the entry fees. But nonetheless, when we started out, we thought that we would be able to generate enough money, and it would have been a great project if we could get two wells. Each well is $12,000 to put a well in Swaziland, in a village, each village. We thought it'd be amazing to be able to do two. We, at the end of those events in one school year, we were able to raise $48,000. So this is 4 wells. Side Effects started 19 years ago. I guess more like 19 and a half years ago now. A coach from the local high school, we had developed a relationship, and when he got this brochure, he came to me and he asked me if I would buy him this new padded backlit scoring table. Because all I need to do is find 6 people, 3 over here and 3 over here, that would want to be part of this community in a bigger way and be in the school. Anybody would want to do that. And from that point forward, we talked to the athletic director, and we were on a fast track to get it done. It was a few weeks where I had secured all 6 advertising sponsors to be on this score table, and the school got the score table, and it cost them nothing. Well, very soon after that, you could probably guess as to what would happen. An NBA-style score table is in a high school gym. Well, who wouldn't want that? Kings High School and Miamisburg High School, 2 schools up here, they jumped on board and said, "My gosh, we would love to have that. We heard you helped Springboro. Can you help us?" I was off and running, and then soon after I thought, there's a business in this. To me, it just was a natural. I have heard years ago a definition of sales. Sales is nothing more than a conveyance of a belief. We just have this strong belief that people want to be a bigger part of the community. And is there a better way to display that than to be in the public schools, specifically the high school? I really don't believe that there is. I I spent 19 and a half years, I guess the first few years, thinking that. And I've had 19 and a half years of reinforcement that state, it works. It's true. We're in 35 states. We have over 700 high schools. We have over 800 projects. This year, we're having our best year. We brought more projects in than any other year in our history. We'll have higher gross revenue. We'll pay out more revenue to schools than any other year in our 19 years. So again, there's just nothing that would cause me to believe other than there are people in the community that want to have a larger presence and they want their name tagged to the public schools. This is my world. This is what I live in. There's no doubt that we can work with you. We can accomplish what the goals are. We completely understand that goal number one, I'm sure the way this has been packaged and the way you guys would like us to talk about it, is the revenue end of this. Obviously, we're going to partner because you want revenue. This is why we do every one of the projects that we do and have done, like I said earlier, over 800 projects. But we understand that that's concern number one. And it should be. Our goal is to raise revenue. We get that. We want to do that. And that's what's going to happen. I truly believe that we're going to be awarded this because we're a fit, that we are a company about developing and nourishing relationships. And that means with you. I mean, we'll certainly do it with sponsors, but what's equally as important is that we develop and nourish relationships with you. And we're going to do it while honoring Christ and positively affecting people's life. We play it out in everything we do. I'd like to think that the person who started last week and some of the people that have been with me for, I think I can do this, 13 years, 14 years. I'd like to think that every day that we're living by that mission statement. Again, thank you. I don't know how to say it any other way. I am just truly and genuinely appreciative of this opportunity.